Let me tell you a story. I'm 17 years old and it's time for me to choose a date for junior prom. I already know that I'm gonna be going, but I am not so confident in my ability to get a date. So I start to ask some of my female friends if they know anybody that's single that would go with me. And one of my friends at the time tells me,
There's this girl, she's a sophomore. If you ask her, she'll probably say yes.
and so I know that I have a good chance of going to the prom with a date. And the girl actually was pretty cute. I start going through my head and I start going through the scenarios of how I'm going to ask this girl. And at this point, I'm feeling like so much anxiety and so much fear. I was scared. I could not go up to this girl and ask her because I was scared I was going to be rejected. So I do the next best thing. I write down a note on a piece of paper and I give it to my best friend, Kim, and I tell her to go give it to the girl that I want to ask out. And she has a checkbox. She can say, yes, I'll go with you, or no, I won't. She checks yes. But when I went to prom, it was the most anticlimactic prom. When I was holding her next to me, she wouldn't even like touch her body against mine. It was more like you know that awkward space between somebody, like you're kind of hugging them, but they don't really want to be next to you. Because I didn't step out of my comfort zone and actually go up to talk to this girl and put myself on the line, even though I might get rejected, the girl had no respect for me. I make authentic self-improvement videos for young men. If that sounds like something you're into, hit the subscribe button. Overcoming your fear is a natural part of being a man. Because courage is acting in spite of fear. I don't see myself as somebody that has any fear anymore. The only true fear I experience is this fear of approaching women. Like, nowadays, that's the only fear I experience in my life. I don't experience it all of the time. It's just when I see a girl I want to talk to, it becomes difficult in my mind, but I still have to act in spite of that. And that's an evolutionary fear. That's not a chosen fear. A lot of people have a fear of heights, for example. Why? That's not an evolutionary fear. Yeah, it's natural to be a little bit fearful when your life is in danger, but when you're, let's say, climbing the Eiffel Tower, why would you be scared? In order to live the life that you want, you have to overcome your fear. You have to act even though you're scared, because that's what courage is. So, I'm gonna be traveling soon. I'm gonna be taking the hero's journey. Every hero's journey begins with a tragedy. My mom died last year. And that's really what allowed me to become myself. And it sounds messed up, but honestly, there was a part of me that would wonder what would happen if I posted some of the videos I posted and my mom saw them. And that's my own fear. I had that fear of what are people going to think about me when I post these videos that express how I truly view the world. And I think my perspective has the ability to help a lot of people because it helped me. Now I'm going to live the life that I want, the life of my dreams. I'm about to go travel. And you can have the life you want. There's two options. You can live a life by default, or you can live a life by design. And it's your choice. But it starts with the belief that you can actually have the life that you want. And once you adopt that belief, now it's about making a plan to get that life that you want. After you make the plan, now it's about taking action on that plan. Because for me, I realized I was living the life that I didn't want, and that forces us to have some kind of a coping mechanism. Because our soul is so strong and so passionate about the life that we really desire, that if we don't have that life, we start to self-sabotage, almost as a way of telling us that there's a better life for us. The other day I was having a conversation with my dad and my brother and my sister, and we were talking about fear, and I told them fear is an illusion. And at the same time it's not, because it seems real to us. But you can have a fear that prevents you from taking action. Meanwhile, somebody else has the same fear and acts in spite of their fear. Because you see, the powerfully confident man still gets approach anxiety, but he still goes and talks to the girl even though he's scared. So why don't you learn to act in spite of your fear? Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. I realized I didn't completely eliminate my fear, but the reason why I don't feel fear is because I act even when I am scared. Like I told you, there are things that I still feel this pull in my stomach and I don't want to do it. Sometimes when I'm about to post a video and it's on something that's personal to me, or something that I did in the past that I'm not proud of, I feel fear, but I've learned to act in spite of it. And fear is going to stop you from having the best possible life that you want, because what you want, there's resistance and you have to overcome that resistance. Resistance and fear are like this. What we're scared of is what we're supposed to go towards. That's where that next level up is. It's not courage if you're not scared. Otherwise, it's just easy. You're just gonna do it. Learn to actually act even when you're scared. It's not as hard as you think. And I understand that it's really not your fault that you're scared. They've programmed you to actually be scared. It's what they want, because if you're scared, you won't live the life of your dreams. You'll sit here with mediocrity and you'll be okay with it. Learn to actually act when you're scared, because then you're building the muscle of courage. Then you're building the ability to act even when you have fear. And if you can do that, you can have the life you want. A lot of people stay stuck because they're scared of what might happen. But why not change your mindset? Why not, instead of thinking of what bad could happen, what bad could come from this, why not just think, well, what if it happens exactly how I want it? What if it happens even better than I want it to happen? This is a mindset shift that I started to use that changed my life. Like, if you can trick yourself into thinking that the negative thing might happen, you can do it with the positive thing as well, with the thing you want. Instead of thinking, what if the girl rejects me when I go talk to her? What if she starts smiling and laughing and responding positively to me, and then she gives me her number? Why not just envision the positive situation instead? Fear is an illusion, but it seems real to you. Learn to act even when you're scared, and it becomes less real. You got this. Peace.